My parents said my boyfriend was holding me back from success. Now they're panicking after he became my business partner and we're millionaires. My parents are successful lawyers who always had a very specific vision for my life. Ivy League, law school, corporate job, marry another lawyer or doctor. When I started dating Ryan in college, they were horrified. He was a computer science major from a working class family who fixed computers on the side to pay tuition. My mom literally said he had no ambition because he wore hoodies to family dinners and drove a beat-up Honda. They constantly told me I was settling and that he would hold me back from greatness. Things got worse when I graduated with my business degree and took an entry-level marketing job instead of applying to law school. My parents blamed Ryan, saying he was dragging me down to his level. The truth? Ryan never asked me to change my plans. I just realized I hated the idea of being a lawyer. My dad actually staged an intervention with my aunts, showing me PowerPoints about income disparities between lawyers and tech support guys. They'd introduce him at events as my friend, even after we'd been together for 3 years. The final straw came when Ryan proposed with a modest ring he'd saved for months to buy. My mom took one look and said, "This is what happens when you date beneath your potential." She offered to loan him money for a proper ring. I was mortified. Ryan just smiled and said, "I appreciate the offer, but I prefer to earn what I give." My parents told me if I married him, they'd be watching me struggle forever, and basically disinvited themselves from our wedding. We had a small ceremony with just his family and our friends. Here's what my parents didn't know. Ryan wasn't just fixing computers. He was developing cybersecurity software in his spare time. A few months after our wedding, he showed me a program he'd created that could detect vulnerabilities in small business systems. I immediately saw the potential. Using my marketing background and his tech genius, we decided to launch a startup. My parents laughed when they heard, with my dad saying, "Playing entrepreneur with your husband isn't a career." We worked 18-hour days from our tiny apartment. I handled sales, marketing, and client relations while Ryan perfected the software. 6 months in, we landed our first major client. Within a year, we had 20 employees. My parents still dismissed it as a cute little project that would fail. They'd call offering me real job opportunities at their lawyer friends' firms, saying things like, "When this computer thing doesn't work out." 2 years after launching, a major tech company offered to acquire our startup for $50 million. We said yes. The news hit our industry publications before I could tell my parents. My mom called screaming, "Not congratulations, but how could you not tell us?" Suddenly they were so proud of their entrepreneurial daughter and genius son-in-law. My dad tried to offer us free legal advice about protecting our assets. The same man who said Ryan would never amount to anything now wanted to manage our wealth. My mom started telling everyone at the country club how she always knew Ryan was special and encouraged our business ventures. The revisionist history was incredible. The best part? We used some of the money to buy the building where my dad's law firm rents office space. Yes, we became their landlords. The first time my dad had to call Ryan about a maintenance issue was chef's kiss. Even better, we hired my cousin, who my parents always compared me to, as our personal assistant. She needed a job after her law degree didn't lead anywhere, and we paid her twice what she'd make as a junior associate. My parents started inviting us to everything: galas, dinners, vacations. They'd introduce Ryan as our brilliant son-in-law, the tech mogul. The same hoodies they mocked, now they're Mark Zuckerberg vibes. They even asked if we could donate to their law school alumni fund as a family. Ryan, being the bigger person, agreed. But I insisted on one condition: the donation would be in his parents' names, honoring the people who actually supported us. Last month, my mom called asking if we could invest in her friend's daughter's startup. I told her we only invest in people we believe in, not just anyone who needs money. The silence was deafening. Then she said, "I just want to be involved in your success." I replied, "You had that chance. You chose to bet against us instead." We're expecting our first baby now, and my parents are already talking about trust funds and private schools. They've forgiven us for excluding them from our wedding and want to throw us a proper celebration now. Ryan just laughs and says success is the best revenge. But honestly, the real satisfaction is knowing we did it together, without their approval or support. And that building we bought, we're turning the top floor into our new company headquarters. My dad will literally work beneath us, and I find that poetically perfect.